Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It is Monday. If this is your first time here, this is the day that I like to go over all the things that I have worked on. Sometimes it's just dreaming of. You know how that goes, right? Sometimes life gets in the way and we spend a lot of our time dreaming on things and don't actually get to production. That's okay. So Monday, I like to go over all of those things that have gone on. Sometimes I get a lot done. Sometimes I think I got a lot done. Not really. And other times, well, you know, it just happens. So it's Monday. And yeah, I've gotten some things worked on, which is really, really nice. If you've been following me throughout the week, then you've probably seen bits and pieces of these items in various states of being complete. You know how that goes, just having a blast. One of them that it just seems like it was so long ago that I got done, although it wasn't, but it just feels like it, was I'm doing squares from regourd. She is doing free. Oh my goodness. I mean, I do not know the person. I just follow her on Ravelry, but I don't know who, I don't know her personally or anything. regourd, she's in Paris, or at least that's when she allows her squares to be free for a period of time. And she's doing 52 blanket squares for the entire year. And for 1 week only, every week, right? She puts out a new one, but it's free for 1 week. Okay, well, I've been working on those. So I believe this is number 13. Look at this. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that beautiful? So currently I'm just doing one of each square, but man, I'm telling you, this one, and this was the fastest one. I got this done in what, like 2 days? Something crazy like that. I had started it and then I did a Tuesday video and I already had it done. I mean, that is just crazy. This is the fastest I've gotten any of them done. Using the yarn I'm using, Big Twist Value, great acrylic worsted weight yarn. I'm using size 8 needles and they're about 16 and a half inches square. So, you know, I was just talking to my family and everything about that since I've been working on these. 20 of these would make a really good blanket. If I continue making them, then obviously I'll have enough for 2 good blankets and a bunch left over to do whatever else I want to do with them. So, you know, while I'm enjoying making the squares, and trust me, right now I am really enjoying it, I'm just going to continue. And you know, maybe, and I haven't hit that point yet, if there's a square that doesn't please me as much as, you know, I don't get really excited about it, maybe I'll go back and work on one of them that I haven't done, because there's a few I haven't done yet. I didn't start this at the first of the year, but until then, I'm having an absolute blast. I could see doing this one again. I really liked it. There's enough movement in it. There's enough patterning and just things going around, but it was quick. I mean, overall, right? It was really, really quick. Some of these I'm struggling. That's not really the right word, but I'll start it as soon as I can get the pattern for free. So the designers in Paris, they are generally, it's like a Monday to, you know, the following Sunday, but Paris time is different than mountain time in Colorado. So a lot of times, you know, let you in on a secret, they're available Sunday. Just saying, you know, depending on your time zone, right? And sometimes I'll cast it on right then and I'll still have an issue trying to get it done by Thursday, Friday, because I'm doing other things. This thing was the fastest. I love it. And I can see doing a bunch of this. I really like the movement of that. I like the pattern. I like the texture of it. I really like this square. I mean, I really, really like this square. So this is the first thing I got done, and surprisingly fast. So if you're going to do any of these or what have you, if you've already grabbed this one, because it's not free anymore, but if you already grabbed this and it's in your stockpile, I highly suggest starting with it. It's great. But so yeah, I got that done. So absolutely thrilled. I'm going to collect all of them. Right now, I'm having a blast making them. I think I've like 7, 8 of them. I really don't know. I don't know. That's number 13, but like I said, I haven't made all of them because I didn't start at the beginning. But that's that one. And then one of the things I'm working on, I didn't get done yet, but I am working on it. I'm using this yarn. We know what this is. And this is Karen Simply Soft Skinny Cakes. This is the colorway Plum Pudding. There are 795 yards to this beautiful cake of yarn. It's 100% acrylic. It's a number 3 weight DK yarn. I have 2 of this color. Well, I happen to know 2 of those will make a gorgeous, my opinion, it's not even a humble opinion, it's just my opinion, right? My opinion, a very gorgeous, stunning blanket that I will end up donating for Camp Boggy Creek. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm already starting my blankets. The goal, if you didn't know, for Camp Boggy Creek for 2025 is 2,025 blankets. This year, I think it was 1,090. I'm not sure the exact, but it was over 1,000, well past doubling last year for the blankets for being donated. There's all sorts of videos out there. It is amazing. You know, you had the news channel out there talking about it and did a little piece on it, on all these blankets and all these wonderful people, you, me, everyone else that picks up a crochet hook or a knitting needle and makes a blanket and donates it. Yeah, that was us. Or in some places or some cases, there are people who will collect the squares and put them together. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm talking about Elaine from Nina's Knots and Crochet. I'm not sure what her plan is this year, what she's planning on doing. So please check her out. Watch her channel to find out what she's planning on doing. But last year she collected some squares and she's still crocheting those together. She got like 5,000 squares. That is insane. But she's doing blankets every week. So, you know, in between projects, or my project as you want to call it, I'm making blankets and loving it. So again, I have this colorway. Obviously, I'm not halfway done because I'm not on my second blanket or second ball. But I just started that this week and this is what I have left. And for those that commented down below in my comment section, thank you very much. I had commented on how all of this last half of the ball was just the purples and the mustard. I didn't have, look at that, I didn't have any of that magenta. I just had a little bit. And it was suggested that there was going to be a knot in my yarn and then the colorway was reversed. Guess what I found? Yeah, you were right. There was a knot in my yarn and the colorway was reversed. And that's why that was that way. That's okay. But I got more progress done because, you know, I had to find the knot, right? I had to get to the knot. So I did get more. And I am loving this. I think it is so pretty. I originally got this yarn with the idea of making a garment, a sweater, kind of like what I have on right now. I made this. This is the flax. This is a great pattern. But I planned on doing something very similar to that with these colors. And I thought that would be gorgeous. But I had somebody in the comments suggesting to me that yes, this would work as a blanket for Camp Boggy Creek. Not all children, like me, like all the super brights and neons and what have you. There are some that like some of the more subtle muted. So I am making a boggy blanket. As you can see, you know, it sounds funny saying a boggy blanket. You're thinking green and swamp, aren't you? But it's not. It's really not. So I am making this and I will donate this also. And this is a pattern by Crystal Bag O' Day Crochet. This is her Bavarian rectangle blanket tutorial. If you've never done this stitch, I highly recommend checking out her tutorial. She's got like 1,000 tutorials. She is amazing. If you don't know who she is, go check her out and follow her. She's wonderful. She's less than 4,000 away from 1 million subscribers. That is crazy. She's amazing. So on this one, I followed her tutorial, but I have 3 center blocks. You can see the light purple, and it looks like 3 squares, you know, or diamonds, or however you want to put it. Got it. So I did that, and that's a little variation from her tutorial. Her tutorial, where to put my other blanket? Her tutorial has 4 blocks. Okay, it's not much of a variation, but whatever, right? So this was per the tutorial. This was 2 cakes of the Karen Skinny Cakes. Love these colors. So I'm still doing a rectangle on the plum pudding colorway, but it's not going to be as drastic of a rectangle because you can see on this one, there's 4 center squares, diamonds, whatever you want to call it, and that turquoise blue in the very center. And this one has 3. So we'll see. So again, it's still a rectangle, just not as much of. I'm enjoying it. I am so enjoying it. For those that have followed along for this last week, maybe it's 2 weeks, I don't know. I have just wanted to do simple. I just didn't want to do anything complicated, anything with like a lot of pattern. I know you're thinking, woman, that's got pattern. I know, but it's simple, right? I didn't want to do a lot of thought process, and this is fit the bill. I got this one done last week, and I mean, look at that. How happy is this? Doesn't this just make you smile? I mean, it makes me smile. So I got this one done last week, and then immediately started, I was about ready to say cast on. Well, you know what? I say cast on when I start any project, whether it's knit or crochet. And I do understand crochet you're not casting on, whatever. It's kind of like saying, hey guys, to a big group of people, even though you got men and women and everything else, it's kind of like the generic term. Yeah, I use cast on like a generic term, not just knitting. Although that might be confusing to people. Yeah, whatever. It's okay. I know what I'm talking about. It's all right. I'm sitting in a room talking to myself. Yeah, it's okay. So immediately started this, and I am enjoying it. I really am. I like the soothing comfort of just going around and around and really enjoying the crocheting a little bit more. I go back and forth between how much crochet and how much knitting I do. I started out as 10 years old loving crochet. That was my first love. That's what I first learned how to do. I taught myself how to knit not soon after, or not long after I learned how to crochet, a couple years. And I made one small project and then set it aside for decades. And I think I've been really knitting for about the last 25-ish years. I think I've been saying 25 years for a long time though. But yeah, it's like 20, 25 years, somewhere around there. And enjoy it. I enjoy everything about it. I enjoy creating the fabric and the different things that you can do with both knitting and crochet. I do both. I absolutely love doing both and sharing that. So it's been enjoyable just getting back to the roots with the crochet blankets. It's been a long time since I've done that. I am so thankful for the opportunity to make these and donate to Camp Boggy Creek, because I hadn't done blankets in I don't know how long before this year. Well, you know, obviously it's March, but I made some of the blankets for Camp Boggy Creek, and they were sent off, and they were crocheted, and I loved them, and it really got my love back into doing that. I hadn't done that in a long time, so having a blast. And then what was it, Sophie's Universe? Oh, yeah, okay, I know I had a lot of people tell me what the name of it was and everything, but you understand what I'm talking about. That style blanket, oh my gosh, I want to make one. I do. I really do. That the bobbles and the stitches and the, you know, the front post and the back post, and Amanda from Tap Mama and the Beg Brigade, she calls it crochet acrobatics. She's not going to touch it. I love it. She's funny, by the way. Check her out if you haven't. But you know, I absolutely love those types of things, that creative juices, that unusual. I mean, it sounds funny when all I'm running to do right now is like around and around and around. So like Sophia's Universe wouldn't be a good one for me at the moment because you have to pay attention and think about it. But oh my gosh, I drool over it. And I don't even know if I have the right colors. I have all those brights for Big Twist because they were on sale, and I wanted the brights so I could do more fun things for bright, beautiful, bold, in your face neon blankets. But I'd also like to do like a Sophia's Universe, or along that same genre, that same type, whether it's that specific pattern or something similar, right? I want to do something like that. In the Big Twist is what I have the most of on an Easy Care acrylic type of a yarn, because I've just bought all that yarn. And I know that's a worsted weight, and these patterns call for DK. So what? You know, I'll just finish it before it's finished. You know what I mean, right? You know, like, hey, this is big enough. Good. Put a little edge border on it. Done. You know, a lot of those things will really lend themselves to that. And I like the color play, the texture and the color play. Can you imagine the look on a child's face when they have that? You know, oh my gosh, yes. So I'll have to look that up. If you have recommendations of any that you've done or you're working on. I mean, I know Erin from Crafting Kitty is working on Sophie's Universe, and I'm probably mispronouncing it. I know what it is, and I've been told, and I appreciate it, and I really like that helpful hint, because when I go to look it up, I'm not looking up the wrong word. So yeah, thanks. But I know she's working on one, and I know a lot of people are, because I watch a lot of YouTube channels because, well, you know, that's my people. And, you know, and a lot of people get excited. Oh, I don't know, like me, right? You're like, I want to make this, and it's great, and it's fun, and I can do this. I'm going to do so many rounds a day, and it's going to be great. And then they get bigger rounds. Like even this, you look how small this is. Each round takes a lot longer at the moment. And I'm getting to where each color change, I'm getting like 3 color changes per round, and it gets bigger, obviously, you know, because I haven't even hit this one yet. So it takes longer. And then on those big blankets like that, that's in out, right? The first bit of it goes quickly. I know quick is relative, but it goes quickly in comparison. And then you get to these larger rounds and you're like, oh my gosh, I did 1 round. It took me the entire day. But anyway, I want to challenge myself to do something like that. So if you have a favorite one or something, or you really enjoy, let me know, because that's kind of on my list of things. I don't do the whole bucket list thing, but you know, if I did, that would be it, you know, but bucket list is weird and morbid. Yeah, something along that, something that I would just like to do one day. So working on those things. Oh, I have, because I'm enjoying the whole, like I said, I got my sunshine bag. You know, we know I like the colors. I mean, I don't know why you would think I like the color. I match my bag. I definitely match my bag. So I'm working on my husband's blanket. I got a lot done on his blanket. I was really proud. You know, I took the opportunity this week of, you know, not doing anything crazy, fun, chaotic stitches, anything that took a lot of brain power, but I took advantage of that because, you know, we can still be productive even if we're not on our best. You know what I'm getting at? Even if you're not 100%, you can still do stuff. You find the thing that you can do and you do that. And then when you're ready to do the bigger things, you do that later. It's okay. So I took advantage of my, I don't want to do anything complicated, and worked on my husband's blanket. Look at this. Okay, so it keeps going. It keeps going. So it's pretty, look at that. It's getting there. And I think last time when I showed it to you, I was right here at this top of that red. So I got all this done this week. That's a lot. And I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, I'm tickled. That's a good chunk. I think the last time I draped it over, because when I work on it, I'll throw it over top of him and everything. And he's like, oh, that feels amazing. It does. I'm not going to lie. I have snuggled up underneath it while working on it. It feels wonderful. So I believe I'm about halfway done. I haven't measured it, but it's big. So it's growing, and it's snuggly, and it's comfortable, and it's just amazing. If you're not familiar, this colored pattern piece here, that's Wool Ease Fair Isle. It's an 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Works up fantastic. It's a Lion brand yarn. And then this one, this darker maroon here, that is Red Heart brushed acrylic. And they work up really well. I saw somebody in Ravelry had done it with the color very much like my sweater. Yeah, it was this color. The ochre, whatever you call it. And then they had on this, they did a brushed acrylic with like a cream color, and it was so pretty. And they did a basket weave. It wasn't a pattern, it was in their own head. I'm like, I can do that. So that's what came up with this. Now my color sequence is different than the one I saw online, but it is a basket weave. I have no idea how many stitches they did on theirs. Mine is 10 stitches by 10 rows. And then I just switch, right? So that's what that is. And I'm having a blast with it. And I like the fact that even when I had stuff going on and I was exhausted and I wasn't filming or anything this last week, I was still able to be productive. I was still able to get some stuff done with my husband's blanket. And, you know, when I didn't have anything else in me, I could do a few rows. Okay, I didn't do a few rows in each day, but you know, I could put a couple stitches on there, right? Like I said, one stitch counts. Whatever is going on in your world, because we always have something, right? And some things are bigger than others, and we can't always do all the things we want. One stitch is progress. Whether you have lost your knitting mojo or your crochet mojo or whatever it is, one stitch, just one. You grab that thing, you put on one stitch, and then you put it away going, look, I did progress, and put it back in the bag. And then when you're ready, it'll be waiting for you, and you know that you've continued to progress. And that's a good mind thing, because a lot of times, even when you pick it up and you have that mindset of one stitch and I'm putting it away, you might get ornery, because I get ornery. And, you know, it's like, you're not bossing me. I have conversations with myself. It's a true story. That's even without the camera on. I do. You know, it's like, you're not the boss of me. I'll do 3. I'll do 2 or 3. I'll do 3. Look, I'm a rebel. One stitch is progress. I'm doing 3. I'm a rebel. I mean, it's a game, right? It's just weird. I was an only child, and I made up a lot of games in my head by myself. So it shows. I have a very high imagination. It shows. So those right there are what I was working on. And I had some other stuff. Oh, yes, I did. What? I have my little list down there. Whatever. Can't really see it. I don't want to bother looking down, because I didn't write everything down. I can't see it real anyway. Oh, I know. Everyone that's watched, you guys are like, hey, you went to that brioche class. I did. I didn't get any more done on it. I have to unknit, right? I read the pattern wrong. I made a mistake. Whatever. It's okay. So I have my yarn tangled, but this is for my brioche class. I have that gorgeous Malabrigo fuchsia colorway here. Oh my gosh. And now on the back side, there you go. This beautiful variegated. And I'll show you. Oh, no wonder I dropped my fuchsia. Those are my 2 pop colors. They're gorgeous. So I'm at the process right now where I need to unknit. It's a good way to put it. So I did read it. Those decreases are supposed to be like that, but I didn't do the increases that I was supposed to. So I started off with 96 stitches, and I did those decreases. You know, see, I got a decrease here. You can see how it goes up into an arch. And I have a decrease here, right? That goes up to an arch. And then those are just straight, and then I go back to the decreases. Well, I actually did decrease, and I believe that's what the pattern says, but I didn't put any yarn overs. So that's not going to be a good cowl, right? It's going to strangle you. So yeah, I have to do that. I have to fix that. And then I think, because I just tossed it back in my bag, I'm not sure, I have to look at that right here. I might be dropping some stitches. Oh yeah, look. You see that right there? That's a drop stitch. So maybe I'll just pull it all out and start over anyway, since I'm not really sure what I did. Or here, look. Okay, I'm going to save that stitch. You see how I picked that up? I see. You see, here we go. You see how I got that? Right there. I'm going to save that stitch, and then when I'm not on camera, I might try to pick that up and see what I did, since I'm not really familiar with fixing, or I'm not the best at fixing mistakes in brioche. And I obviously dropped my stitch and it went down a few rows. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pick it back up and save it. And if I can, great. And if I can't, okay, I've at least practiced. I'll pull it all out and start again. No big deal. It's okay. I mean, like I've commented before, I'm knitting anyway, and I'm crocheting anyway. Even when things aren't always feeling the greatest, I like to touch my yarn. It grounds me. I should probably just go outside and play in the dirt, play in the sand, play in the grass, right? That would ground me better. But, you know, it just makes me feel good. You know, yeah, it does. It just does. So that's what I like. Oh, and then I also have the white. Oh my gosh, look at that. So I got those 2 colors, and I got this when I went to my brioche class. Look how fuzzy that is. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. So I have that cast on with a pink that just pops, and I've got to unknit some rounds, and if I do it properly, good. If I miss it, I'll rip it all out and start again. But this I can add to that blue or the pink and make a second one, either the hat or another cowl. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's just an unassuming white, but with those other colors, oh, it's gonna be great. So I got that going on. And then, you remember last week? I think it was last week. I had talked about how I was just exhausted. I mean, it happens, right? We all get tired. I was exhausted. And I hadn't worked on my sweater, the Scandens, I think that's how you say it, sweater for quite some time, even though mine would be a perfect candidate, because I'm at the point where I'm doing just the length of it, and it's knit around and around and around and around and around. And once I get to the proper length, then I'm just knit and purl, I'm doing a ribbing. Okay, that's what I want. That's like easy, right? I got this. But I had to wind the yarn, which is sad because that was too much. I wound the yarn. Look at that. I did it. This is charcoal colorway in the fingering weight from Arcane Fibers. Oh yeah. So I wound it. Look. Not only did I wind it. Oh no, it's not done. It'd be nice, but it's not. I wound it and then look. I attached it. Ha ha. Yes. So I am now at the point where I am knitting around and around and around again. I've added 2 rounds. I know it's not impressive, but there's 255 stitches per round. That's impressive, right? That's impressive. That's a lot of stitches. So I am there. So now I'm up at the round and around stage again. So that says there's going to be progress. Because when I'm not feeling like doing a decision and starting something new and reading a pattern or directions, I can go around and around. I got that, right? So really excited. That's going to move. So this is the Scandens pattern. I think that's how you say it. And really thrilled. I mean, look at that gorgeous stitch work. That shouldn't languish, right? I should finish this. Okay, so I've got the bottom. I think like 3 more inches, 2 to 3 inches, something like that. Maybe longer because, yeah, I don't want it riding up when I move. I don't want it to feel like I'm pulling it down all the time. So I'd rather it be a little bit longer than too short. I don't want it to end at the top of my jeans because for me, that's too short, right? Because I got a belly. And like a lot of women, I don't really like to show it off. I don't want it sticking out there all loud and proud and everything. I like it a little bit longer to where it's just not the center of attention. That's a good way to put it. And then I have to do the sleeves. Wish me luck. If you've been around a while, you know why I'm saying that. Wish me luck. But there you go. And then in that moment of, oh my gosh, I can do this. Look at this. That's right. This is the yarn. This is the Arcane Fibers Saint Knit colorway. Oh my gosh, be still my heart. It is amazing. Worsted weight yarn for my husband's sweater. And his sweater, I needed to wind yarn. My sweater, I needed to wind yarn. Neither one of them have been worked on for weeks because I needed to wind yarn. So really thrilled with that. Got that out of the way. You know, sometimes people will talk about that if you get into a funk or whatever you want to call it, right? You mood, whatever. No, I wasn't depressed. That's not it. But, you just get into the just that thing, right? And they'll tell you, get up every day. If it's the weekend or you don't work, you're retired. I actually do have to go into the office, but that type of a situation. And they'll say, get up and shower and put your clothes on every day. And you're like, well, yeah, of course. Well, if you're already just kind of whatever in a mood, you don't necessarily always do that, right? Just that simple act of getting up, showering, brush your hair. Yes, I brush my teeth every day, but you know what I'm getting at, that type of a thing. It was kind of the same thing with this. I didn't do anything with it, right? But I felt so productive. And it's the same thing of, hey, you get up if you're like feeling weird for whatever reason, you get up and you shower and you put on your clean clothes and you do all that other stuff and you're like, I'm ready for the day. I wound the yarn. I'm ready to work on the sweater. You have no idea how proud I was when I did this. I know it sounds crazy. I'm like, I did it. And my husband was so proud of me. He's like, yes, work on my sweater. I haven't yet. He might have called me out a couple of times. He's definitely called me out a couple of times, especially, oh my gosh, especially when he walked in the room and he saw me working on this. He's like, wrong sweater. He did too. He's standing in the doorway of my yarn room and he's like this and his eyebrows and everything, he's looking down. He's like, you're working on the wrong sweater. And I couldn't help but to start cracking up because it was really funny, But yeah, just that minor thing. I mean, I feel lighter. I feel, not physically, I'm like yeah, okay. But I feel lighter. I feel so much better that for some reason, just having, and the hanks are gorgeous. I'm not going to lie. They are beautiful. They're like jewelry to look at, you know, but just having those in that form, they were like, haha, you can't just start working. How crazy. So hopefully whatever your little stumbling block is, your idiosyncrasies, because I know I've got mine. They might not make sense to anyone else, but I know I have mine. You will conquer it today. You will wind your yarn. You will get up, you will brush your hair, you will shower, put on clean clothes, whatever it is, and you'll feel amazing. And nothing can stop you. You are just a force of nature, and you're going to feel amazing. You are going to feel absolutely amazing. Kind of like I did with winding my yarn. I got off on a tangent, didn't I? Oh yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Well, anyway, yeah, that's a tangent. I think that's everything. I didn't write all notes this week either. I mean, I've only got 3 things on my thing, and I don't have my brioche class on there. I don't have my sweater on there. I just, you know, yeah. But you know what? Tomorrow's going to be great. Tomorrow's going to be better. Actually, later on today, I'll write some stuff. I'll do some things. It's going to be a good day. It will be wonderful. It'll be productive. It'll be beautiful. And I'm going to feel great, and so are you. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.